So have you ever, now, I don't know. I heard a guy refer to himself, like a regular guy, refer to himself as a cis male.
Oh, I'm going to do that from now on.
Has anyone ever done that? It kind of blew me. Like, I didn't even know what it was when I first heard it.
Yeah, it's nonsense. You're a male. If you're a trans woman and you want to be referred to only as a woman, fine, no problem with that. But I'm not going to call myself a cis male. That's some new made up shit.
It sounds like you're calling yourself a sissy.
Sissy, yeah.
Like when I first heard it, I'm like,
Cisgender.
I thought that's what a guy was doing. When I first heard it, a guy said, I'm a cis male, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're a sissy? I didn't know what it meant.
I read this tweet once by this person who was saying basically to shame people into using that, ram it down their throats, and eventually they'll accept it and it'll become normal. And that you have to, because if they want to refer to us as trans, we have to refer to them as cis, and we have to force them to refer to themselves as cis. Yes. Yes.
I didn't even know that's where it came from.
It's to make a clear distinction. So instead of making it look like a trans woman is lesser, instead of that, you have cisgender and transgender.
Oh.
So they're because you're adding to that name, that prefix.
Yeah.
Because you're adding to both now.
Yeah.
Now you've equalized the playing field. You level the playing field. But the problem with that is trans is extremely rare. It's the reason why you have that prefix in the first place, because it's really, really unusual to meet a trans woman, despite how the internet would have you feel.
I was always, I'm sure it's a tough life to be a transgendered person,
Yes.
like incredibly tough. I was always a little jealous.
No, you're not. Why don't you become a woman?
I was always like, God, it looks like fun.
Why don't you dress up like Meghan McCain and just start going on rants on your show? You'd be free.
I could do that.
You would have such a fucking free pass. I mean, look, Caitlyn Jenner killed a lady. Nobody even talks about it.
Nobody even says anything.
Nobody just slammed her into traffic, not paying attention, rear-ended her into oncoming traffic. She's dead now, and no one even brings it up. Everyone's like,
well,
she's so brave. Do you think she's intact? I heard she cut it off. Oh my God, is it gone?
I don't, but that was an accident, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like...
It was a careless accident.
Oh,
but still,
okay.
She rear-ended somebody and slammed her into oncoming traffic.
Okay.
And whether or not she was on her phone, I don't know.
Do you ever worry you're going to say something wrong? I'm always worried, like, I'm ignorant about, like I said, I have big gaps in my knowledge of stuff. And so I remember what was I talking about the other day? And I got it totally wrong. Like, I didn't know, like, somebody from, Jamaica, that's also an African American. I didn't know that.
Sure, because they came over from Africa to Jamaica.
That's what I'm talking about, how dumb.
I wouldn't say African American. I mean, I guess once they came to America and they're American citizens, they're African Americans. Yeah.
So I didn't, again, this is...
A lot of Jamaicans refer to themselves as Jamaicans, though. The thing about Jamaicans is, like, it's really unique how, like, unique cultures are known for, like, specific things that are very positive. Like, Jamaicans are known for incredible work ethic.
Yeah?
Like, Jamaicans have multiple jobs. It's always a stand-up joke.
No kidding.
Yeah. In New York, there was always jokes about Jamaicans about, that they would get mad at you if you had less than 5 jobs.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Jamaicans are known for being, like, very hustle-oriented, hard workers.
That's a New York thing. I mean, the only thing I've ever heard about Jamaicans is the stereotype of pot and all that stuff.
That too, but they have a lot of jobs.
Pot smokers having 5 jobs goes to show you it doesn't take away your ambition.
They don't. It doesn't. That's nonsense. Look, I smoke a lot of pot. I'm pretty ambitious. I work a lot.
Do you ever... So I'll do a show, right, where I'm, like, criticizing someone or something, and then I'll smoke a joint afterwards to relax, and then I start second-guessing everything I said.
Yeah, of course.
Do you do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I feel
God,
better.
we're talking shit.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm thinking about my poorly worded rant of male versus women, and I'm thinking, like, well, I probably should have said that better. But that's just a part of how it works. What I was getting at from all of this, though, is that we have to look at each other as individuals, and this identity politics bullshit that people play, whether it's male versus female, whether it's black versus white and Asian and this and that, they have to be humans first. And one of the weirder things that's going on in Hollywood now is they're leaning so hard on diversity that it gets distracting. It's like as an example, I went to see Frozen, the musical. Frozen is about there's Nordic people. One girl has magic. Did you ever see it? You don't have kids, do you?
No, I don't.
In the play, in the musical, the dad is black and the mom's Chinese. which is like, okay, maybe she's Asian. I don't know. Or maybe she's Korean. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I can't see that good. I'm 52. It's pretty far away. But she was obviously Asian. And then they have a kid. And then the young version of the kid is Asian. And then the old version of the kid later in the musical is white. I'm like, you're distracting the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that's distracting.
You're distracting the fuck out of me. But how does a black guy and an Asian lady make two blonde ladies? Like, what's happening here? Or one has red hair. How'd that happen? How did the black guy and the Chinese lady make a blonde? I guess.
Like, don't you go continuity?
But they're just, it's distracting. He was great in his role. She was great in her role. They were excellent. It worked. I accepted it and I moved on. But I know what you're doing. You know, if you had a white guy playing a black guy in a movie, I'd be like, what is happening here? Why is this white guy pretending to be a black guy? Are we going to address this? Like, if there was a musical and there was a guy and we decided we'll just have a white guy play the father of some black guy, and we're just not going to say why he had a kid that was black. We just assume that you'll figure it out, or
Yeah, that breaks the fourth wall. It breaks your. But what is
distracting?
I'm suspending my disbelief, and then you're doing things to make me disbelieve.
It's distracting. It's distracting. But I
understand. You understand what they're doing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I think ultimately what it is it's all of it is moving in the right direction. It's just doing it in a very clunky way. They're moving against discrimination. They're moving against racism. They're moving for cultural diversity. Beautiful. But it's just distracting. The way they're doing it is so odd. But it's like Hollywood is so gross. They lick their finger. They have no virtue. They lick their finger. They're like, which way the wind blowing? This way? Oh, we need Asians. And then they'll just start hiring Asians for things and trying to get Asian people jobs and try to, look, we have Asians. We're really, and then if it becomes Jamaicans, we need Jamaicans. Get them in here. They don't give a fuck. They're trying to make money. And one of the best ways to make money is to ride cultural trends. And so our cultural trend right now is a good one. Even though there's a lot of people that are, they're basically, they're controversy pimps, right? So when these things come up, they use this controversy to gain money or notoriety or push their cause or to use it as the wind behind their sail. Correct. So they can talk a lot of shit about other people and get a lot of attention.
It gives them a bit of immunity.
Yes, it gives them a lot of immunity.
Yeah.
And so like all these things that we're talking about. Of course.
Yeah.
How have you experienced it?
I've had people accuse me of being sexist. I've had that.
We already established that you were sexist.
Well, of course I am. Because I treat women equally.
Yes, that's the problem. Yeah.
Of course, I was sexist because I voted for Jill Stein.
Well, anybody that says you're sexist for making fun of Elizabeth Warren dancing is a fucking buffoon, and that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Like, are you saying that a person running for the commander-in-chief of the greatest army the world has ever known, and you can't make fun of the way they dance because they have a vagina? Fuck you.
I am woman, hear me roar, just don't make fun of my dancing.
Yeah, or my roars. My roars like, rah!
Again, it's like I thought the answer to this was to treat everybody equally.
Yes, that's how it should be. But identity politics, the real problem with it, of course, always, is that you cannot ever say, this is a man, so he must be that. This is a woman, so she must be that. This is a black person, so they must be this. Those generalizations are bad for everybody. People are nuanced. And if we don't believe in the individual,